Hello to all. Today, 19 March 2026, 1 o'clock, 9 o'clock evening in Athens. In Bermuda Triangle, many times special when UFO in area or USO because UFO transformer and USO. Due gravity use UFO to move. Opposite happened. Siemens and pilots see gyrocompass and other indicators return quickly, but really human's body goes slowly. This called Einstein twin paradox in gravity. I cross-check with time signal, while mechanical I speak about year 1978, our ship made 1953, MV Pothiti. We listen, I listen Morse very quickly. I listen time signal very quickly. I see clocks quickly, but mechanical clocks and time signal okay. Agree. That means Einstein. This check document that is Einstein. Listen, time signal is slow.
Very good signal. RWM time signal station out of Moscow, Russia, which was one of the targets that you could try for. Especially at this time, higher solar activity, it's pretty interesting to see all the signals coming from different areas. The frequencies you should shoot for is 4996. Not hearing anything here.
I was already operator in ship, a cross-check time signal listen very quickly, but quickly with okay with mechanical clocks and mechanical chronometer ships. That means our bodies go slowly, our reflects slowly. We put autopilot, auto analogic pilot made 1953, keep ship in course, and we save our ship. Another ship lost it without mayday. Opposite happened. Next day, I send safety signal that opposite happened. Einstein, Siemens, C clocks and gyrocompass inertial system return quickly, but really their bodies go slowly. I speak one time more in English what happened and how we save our ship 1978. From all day, from I listen Morse very quickly, cannot send cables, cannot receive weather bulletin, nothing. I listen very quickly. Also, on bridge, VHF, officers, bridge officers and captain, listen on VHF very quickly, very only cannot contact with other ships. From morning, one first happened. 10 o'clock, we have coffee time. Electrician from engine room start open one motor to transfer water, need 2 hours to transfer water. Come for coffee time, but when coming coffee time in table for 12 o'clock and half. We have dinner on ships 12 o'clock. She, other, she asked on dinner. Ask no coffee time. He from engine room to time room instead 2 minutes, 2 hours 35 minutes. This called Einstein twin paradox in gravity. Gravity use UFO to move. Then alert alarm because 2 hours pass, water full, alarm, again electrician in engine room, stop motor, we save ship. Come astern of ship, see on the sky, one cloudy, very white cloudy, big mothership, but just like a very big cloudy. But the weather was okay. Ceiling and visibility okay. Kavok. No clouds. Only this cloud. Then he go to cabin to take photography and go over bridge to take good photo from cloud. But when over the bridge, she ahead from ship the water pool, whirlpool, vortex, probably big mothership undersea, many times UFO and USO. Then he no attention about photos. Go to the bridge captain change course to the right to avoid vortex and keep distance from vortex. For the moment, for 1 minute, despite that she very calm, all ship from ahead to accommodation to bridge underwater and sky on face from electrician. He come to radio room to cross check time signal, but because our bodies not understood nothing, I no put time signal. I go out, see vortex on the left, captain change course and vortex goes back and the left from the ship. Keep distance, 2 miles or more. After about 6 o'clock, astern, I was in second coffee time. We have two coffee rooms because ship isn't passenger cargo. I see UFO probably from the sea. I see about 700 meters from sea the big mothership. Later, too small, very close to sea. Probably from sea up again. From about 6 o'clock. Go to the bridge and radio room. Need 2 hours time dilation due gravity from UFOs. I cross-check with time signal this time and understood that our body goes slowly. I listen very, very quickly time signal, agree with all mechanical clocks. Attention, all full digital watches remain back more than 4 hours, 4 hours 35 minutes. This is gravitational time dilation. I speak this in English to avoid accidents. Relay this to inform all. USO use gravity to move. Flight 19, December 1945. The pilots see gyrocompass from 5 ships return quickly. New pilots' bodies go slowly. Reflex reaction reduced. Also gravity change. I try to warn all people to avoid accidents from gravity from UFO. Another happened about afternoon. Same with motor to change waters stability from ship. Third engineer. Instead 2 hours, 5 minutes. Also water full. He tried to smoke one cigarette. Cigarette finished. No smoke. It very quickly passed time. Two cigarettes. No smoke. Another, try to have a bath, but water, because manual change waters uh, warm or cold, only warm problem to him, because reflects slowly. Another, in engine room, little problem to with blunt, till to go to put something from pharmacy, a lot of blood because need hour, but no understand. She think clocks return quickly. Attention, only mechanical clocks. Full digital watches remain back. Next day, we people crew with digital watches put ahead 4 hours 35 minutes. This is gravitational time dilation slow motion. But our bodies no understood automatically. What we need now? Need one button time adjust, gravity adjust, time adjust like fast, slow speed in all receivers and all transmitters. Because I listen very, very quickly coast station, they listen to me very slowly. I try to keep Morse about 8 o'clock. No more see UFO, but gravity there is. I key only 3 more instead 23 in 17 minutes. And I know because cross check with time signal, our reflects slowly. Our reflects slowly. Also, we need for radars because in radar gravity from UFO and frequency, all palmic radars use frequency to and transmit receive switch and exactly frequency. Frequency in gravity lower and slowly. This why no main day, no SOS. Very slowly and frequency change. Also, automatic position transmission, ELT, emission location transmission, if analogic and work, frequency change. But the receivers in course station listen only exactly frequency, dangerous frequency. But frequencies change from gravity UFO. I make this video in English. Also, you, Nick Hunter, UFO Chronicles, make one video for me. What happened to me to warn the people. Also, I future God in TikTok. I try to put little from both of these. And I have Paul Santorin, Paul Santorin YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook Marconis Pothiti. I try to put here to listen a little to listen some from UFO Chronicles episodium EP 341. I try to found UFO Chronicles. No, just a moment. UFO Chronicles. UFO Chronicles EP 341. Google UFO Chronicles episodium 341. I try to put this to listen a little to avoid accidents. And all see Einstein twin paradox and gravity YouTube Einstein gravitational time dilation slow motions. Read this book, easy book, Alan Lightman, MIT, Einstein Dreams. Einstein Dreams, very good book, explain about gravity.
Communication systems failed.
Passed over, like don't know what it was. At least 3,000 feet above us. Yeah, I passed right over the top of it. 911. You guys moving? You would just call a bunch of UFOs or something. They're out there taking airplanes.
Dispatch.
Okay.
Bob, I swear to God, 4 calls in on an unidentified object over Liberty.
4 calls.
4 calls on an unidentified flying object.
All right, now take a look. All right, we'll check it out.
Welcome to UFO Chronicles, a place where people share their experiences of the strange and unexplained. If you've had an encounter and would like to be on the show, you can email me at ufochronicles@gmail.com. Hello everyone and welcome to the show. How are you all doing this week? I'm Nick Hunter and this is the UFO Chronicles podcast. Tonight's guest comes to us from Athens in Greece, and in this first-hand account, Greek radio operator Polo Spentzos recounts an extraordinary encounter in the heart of the Bermuda Triangle, aboard the merchant vessel MV Pothiti in the autumn of 1978. Polo and his crew witnessed a large, glowing cloud-wrapped object and 2 small orbs above the Atlantic, and then something far stranger. Time itself began to unravel. Mechanical clocks spun out of control. Quartz watches lagged. Communication systems failed. And the crew's bodies slowed as if trapped in a gravitational field. In this deeply technical testimony, Polo links his experience not to fantasy, but to Einstein's relativity and the infamous twin paradox, drawing parallels to other disappearances like that of pilot Frederick Valentich. Due to Polo's first language being Greek, his testimony has been translated and voiced in English for clarity and accessibility. This is not a story of lights in the sky. It's a case of measurable, documented time distortion aboard a real ship told by the man who lived it. Polo is up next. But first, if you enjoy the show and you would like to help support the podcast on Patreon, you can do this for as little as $1 a month. Head on over to patreon.com/UFO Chronicles podcast. You can also find a link in the description of this episode. Any help is very much appreciated. Now, on with the show.
USO incident. Autumn 1978, Greek radio operator testimony, MV Pothiti, introduction, background, and first anomalies. This is my experience in the Bermuda Triangle with UFOs and USOs in the autumn of 1978. What I describe here is both an observation and a scientific explanation. The day after it happened, I transmitted a TTE safety message on the 500 kilohertz frequency, warning all nearby ships, attention. If you observe that your gyrocompasses, inertial navigation systems, and even your wind-up mechanical clocks and chronometers start running extremely fast, take heed. Because when that happens, the opposite effect begins inside the human body. Reflexes slow down, metabolism lags, reactions become delayed. This is a sign of gravitational interference, specifically the kind described by Einstein in the twin paradox, a form of gravitational time dilation caused by intense mass or acceleration. In our case, this gravitational influence came from UFOs and USOs, unidentified flying and submerged objects that passed dangerously close to our ship in the Bermuda Triangle. The incident took place just 3 nautical miles from our position. At the same time, on the other side of the world, something eerily similar was happening. In Victoria, Australia, pilot Frederick Valentich and his Cessna VH-DSJ went missing after reporting a UFO on October 21st, 1978. I'm writing this down for the record and to share with you, especially since you, Nick, are someone who understands these topics. I don't know if you meant I should send a formal report or just my memories, but I've decided to send everything as it actually happened. Because when journalists try to tell these stories, they often edit them, cut out key parts, and even add things that never happened. This is not entertainment. It's a matter of safety. If you feel this could help people, you are free to publish it however you see fit. The more people who know the truth, the more lives and property can be saved. Please forgive me if I'm taking up your space or time. I connect these events with others that are known to the public, and I believe it's important to speak plainly. This is not just an account of strange lights. What happened that day matches real physics, Einstein's relativity, the twin paradox, and gravitational time dilation. And it began, for me, as the Greek radio operator aboard the cargo vessel MV Pothiti, registry code SWJC, flying under the Greek flag. I was the ship's Marconi, the term used for radio officers. This happened in early November 1978, during a routine journey in the Atlantic. Our ship had just departed from several ports in Cuba, Puerto Nuevitas, Puerto Matanzas, and Puerto Cardenas, carrying a full load of bagged sugar, 50-kilo sacks. We were en route to Algeria, with a stop planned in Las Palmas, Canary Islands. The Pothiti was a 12,000-ton freighter operating as both a cargo and postal ship, owned by the Colinsis Marine Company out of Piraeus. Everything was normal. Calm seas, clear skies, perfect visibility. At the end of October 1978, our ship began loading sugar at the Cuban ports I mentioned. But around the world that year, UFO and USO sightings were everywhere. Here are just a few that I later connected to our experience. Poland, 1978, Emelson incident, widely reported UFO landing. New Zealand, 1978, Kaikoura lights, filmed by news crew. Australia, 1978, Frederick Valentich disappears mid-flight. Canada, 1978, RCMP officer reports UFO sighting. That autumn, the world was full of unexplained aerial phenomena, not just lights in the sky, but objects interacting with planes and ships. Back aboard the Pothiti, we had a television in the crew lounge, the smoke room, that picked up American channels via long-distance radio signals. We were watching news footage showing scenes from Florida. Drivers, men and women, talking about how at 3 p.m. they looked up and saw 2 large glowing objects above them, about 300 feet in the air. They described them as resembling 2 moons. But here's the part that really struck me. Although only a couple of hours had passed in real time, their heartbeats were recorded at 600 beats per minute, and they were disoriented. Their minds hadn't caught up to their bodies. They later underwent hypnosis to recover missing time. But I didn't need hypnosis. I had seen it before, Einstein's time distortion in action. The media in the US framed these cases as psychological, lost time, hypnosis, fantasy. But no one brought in a physicist to say, this is gravitational time dilation. This is the twin paradox. This is relativity. I remember screaming at the TV, "Where are your scientists? Why hasn't anyone explained this as a time dilation event? You've got physicists at NASA, not just psychiatrists." But it fell on deaf ears. I paced around the lounge in frustration, shocked that no one in America had drawn the connection to Einstein. Departure from Cuba, time distortion, and first signs of interference. We left Cuba in the late afternoon, fully loaded. The next morning as we sailed, the captain handed me the standard departure telegrams. Then he asked something unusual. Not about the weather. The sea was calm, with no wind, and a perfectly clear sky, but about the barometer. He was concerned the reading from the bridge barometer was off. He asked me to check the atmospheric pressure from the weather bulletin. So I climbed up to the bridge. As soon as I looked outside, I had this strange impression. The ship, a 12,000-ton freighter, looked like it was moving incredibly fast, as if it were a speedboat. And yet, our top speed was barely 11 knots. Something felt off. I went down to the deck and watched the bow cut through the water like a dolphin. The waves parted in a way I'd never seen before. The visual speed didn't match what I knew our engines were capable of. I wasn't the only one. Many sailors over the years have described this same illusion of speed when in the presence of unidentified flying or submerged objects. One of our boatswains later died, likely from radiation exposure. Others fainted during previous encounters. Some crew who had stepped near a landed USO described strange after effects. They didn't find any hatches or doors, but when they stood too close, they lost feeling in their lower bodies for 2 or 3 days. Most crew developed bright red eyes with no visible whites and fevers of 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which lasted for a day or two. Several ships in the area, the Anna Maria, Harmonia, possibly the Arrow, owned by Onassis, Scapwind, and Horizon, reported similar issues: radiation exposure, temporary paralysis, and strange fatigue. I mention all this as a warning. Don't look at the craft, don't approach them. The radiation is real. Back in the radio room, I started noticing more anomalies. I turned on the shortwave receiver and began scanning the standard frequencies. Every transmission I picked up was incredibly fast, like someone had hit fast forward on the world. Just one sharp, fast beep after another. Even the time signals were distorted. I realized the shortwave stations could hear me extremely slowly, while I was hearing them extremely fast. The difference was so drastic, I couldn't make normal contact. I couldn't send or receive messages from European coast stations like Athens, SVB, Portishead, GKB, Hamburg, or Madrid, EAD. I couldn't get through to American stations like WCC, WSL, or WNU in New Orleans. Not even the Halifax weather broadcast, CFH, was usable. I tried switching to the medium wave band, 500 kilohertz, hoping to catch an SOS or ship-to-ship message to log, but all I heard was high-speed Morse, QRQ1000. That's code level fast, 1,000 character per minute mess. At the same time, if they were hearing me at all, they would have been hearing me at QRS10, absurdly slow. Something was seriously wrong. At around 10:30 a.m. local time, I sat frozen at the radio, not knowing what to say to the captain. I couldn't get weather data, and I couldn't send the departure telegrams. I heard the second officer blaming me on the bridge. The Marconi operator messed up the chronometer. That's why we can't calculate our position. I jumped into the chart room where our mechanical marine chronometer was kept. I had been adjusting it every night. I told the captain, "Sir, look at the chronometer log. I've been correcting it consistently. It gains exactly 2 seconds every 24 hours. Perfectly stable." He trusted me. He was one of the most democratic captains I ever sailed with. He came from Kimi, and we all respected him, not out of fear, but because he was fair. He looked over at the second officer and said, "It's not the Marconi. Something else is wrong." The second officer was from Vatica, Laconia. He had brought his wife on this trip. I would later invite both of them, and others from the crew, to physics lectures in Athens, hosted by Professor Manos Denezis. Back in the radio room, I told the captain, "I don't know why, but I'm hearing all coastal stations, America, Canada, Europe, at extremely fast speeds, and they're hearing me incredibly slow. That's why I haven't been able to transmit the telegrams yet." He responded calmly, "Okay, Marconi, it's just routine traffic. I'll call the shipping agency via VHF myself." But even the VHF radio was useless. All we heard was static. Not even a single nearby ship could be contacted. We were completely cut off. He just said, "Never mind, let's wait." At 3 p.m. local time, the usual coffee break, someone brought me a coffee to the radio room. I was still trying to make contact with someone, hoping maybe a Greek ship on medium wave could relay a message for us. Nothing. Then at 3:30 p.m., the ship's electrician rushed into the radio room, shouting, "Marconi." The clocks in the dining room and on the bridge, they're all running fast. The hands are spinning. From the engine room to the bridge, I lost 2 hours. Even my own wind-up wristwatch shows the same. He asked what my radio room clock said. I replied without even looking, "I keep Greenwich Mean Time here, UTC." He was offended. "You think I'm a rookie? I just checked the ship's chronometer in the chart room. Everything mechanical is running fast." Back then, we still used wind-up clocks, but we had also recently received 5 or 7 digital quartz watches, early electronic models, many of which the crew had bought as gifts for their wives. One of the third engineers was obsessed with electronics and always eager to learn how they...
To all about Bermuda Triangle and other area, Bermuda Triangle, permanent static electric, time dilation, gravitational time dilation, slow motion, or VS, or sometimes opposite, when UFO in area. UFO and USO, they are transformer many times. To try now to found and to TikTok speak for me to found a TikTok to show in the TikTok ai future gond. Ai future gond. I try to find ai future gond. To also see about the aliki in Waterland. The aliki in Waterland very, very good. Also, the allegoric cave of Plato. Opposite happened. Now Earth return very quickly, but we see sun return about us. I try to found. If no found, I use just clock. I use my phone. If not found here, just a moment. If not find here, just a moment to try to found here is if not found here, I use my phone. Anyway, about gravitational time dilation slow motion. Okay, I use my phone for to found quickly. Sorry for delay. I will to inform all people, not lost in time, gravitational time dilation, slow motion. Slow motion. I try to found here from my phone and to show. I thank you. I future good to speak in English about Bermuda Triangle. Okay, I found. Now is
Waters of the Bermuda Triangle. A seasoned Greek merchant mariner stands at his post aboard the MV Pothiti. With decades of experience as a radio operator, he's seen pretty much everything the sea can throw at him. Or so he thought. What happened next would not only change his life forever, but eventually lead him down an unexpected path into Greek politics. Strange, right? Well, stick with me because this story is about to get even stranger. That day, the impossible unfolded before his eyes. A massive object, completely silent, began emerging from the depths of the Bermuda Triangle. Now, we're not talking about a submarine or a whale here. This was something entirely different. The most unnerving part? Every single electronic device on the ship suddenly went dead. Complete silence, total failure. For many, this would have been just another unexplained maritime tale. Something to share over drinks at port. But for Spentzos, this sighting was different. It was like watching a theory come to life right before his eyes. You see, he'd been familiar with the work of Professor Polo, a Greek physicist who had been studying these kinds of phenomena. What Spentzos witnessed that day seemed to perfectly align with Santorini's research. This experience didn't just leave him with an incredible story, it gave him a mission. Fast forward to 2023 and you'd find Polycarpos Spentzos doing something completely unexpected, running for the Greek parliament. And here's the kicker. He made his encounter in the Bermuda Triangle a central part of his campaign platform. Now think about that for a moment. How many politicians do you know who would base their campaign on an encounter with an unidentified submerged object? It takes some serious conviction to stand up and say, hey, I saw something extraordinary, and I believe it's important enough to bring to national attention. From the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle to the halls of Greek politics, Spentzos' journey reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected experiences can lead us down paths we never imagined. It's a story that challenges us to keep an open mind about what's possible, both in the depths of our oceans and in the realm of public service. This isn't just a tale about an unusual sighting. It's about having the courage to stand by what you believe in, even when it goes against the grain. And sometimes that's exactly what we need in our leaders. People who aren't afraid to speak their truth no matter how extraordinary it might seem. Picture this. A calm day in the mysterious waters of the Bermuda Triangle. Polycarpos Spentzos, a seasoned Greek merchant mariner, stands at his post aboard the MV.
opposite happening, and no lost in time, missing time, gravitational time dilation, Einstein, slow motion, twin paradox, humans reflex reaction reduced. See many videos YouTube, Einstein, twin paradox in gravity. Also, thank you, Aifo Ture God. He make two TikTok
Listen
for me.
carefully, because what I'm about to share could save your life, especially if you're someone who operates any kind of vehicle. This isn't your typical safety warning. It's based on a remarkable discovery from a 70-year-old veteran maritime radio operator who experienced something that science is only beginning to understand. Let's be clear, this isn't about ghost stories or paranormal activity. This is about real physical science, specifically Einstein's proven principle of gravitational time dilation. For those unfamiliar, this principle shows that intense gravity can actually slow down time. It's not science fiction. It's a verified phenomenon that affects even our GPS satellites. Now here's where it gets serious. We've all heard about UFOs, or as they're now called, UAPs. But what many don't realize is that these objects, if they exist, might be using powerful artificial gravity fields for propulsion. These fields could create what scientists call time bubbles, areas where time literally moves at a different speed. Here's the dangerous part. If you're driving or flying and encounter one of these fields, you could enter a zone where your movements and reactions are dramatically slowed down, but you wouldn't even realize it's happening. Imagine trying to react to a sudden obstacle, but your body is moving through molasses while your mind thinks everything is normal. It's a recipe for disaster. The maritime operator's personal experience is chilling. During an encounter, he found himself unable to send Morse code at his usual speed, something he'd done flawlessly for decades. Even more disturbing, when the event was over, he discovered that digital clocks showed a 4-hour discrepancy. This wasn't imagination or fatigue. This was measurable time distortion. This isn't about creating panic, it's about awareness. As we see more reports of unexplained aerial phenomena, understanding this potential hazard becomes crucial. For pilots, drivers, and anyone operating vehicles, being aware of this possibility could mean the difference between life and death. If you experience unusual sluggishness or time discrepancies while operating any vehicle, don't panic. The best course of action is to slowly and carefully bring your vehicle to a complete stop if possible. Remember, this isn't about fear. It's about being prepared and informed about a scientifically plausible phenomenon that could affect your safety. Share this information with others who need to know. The more aware we are of this potential danger, the better equipped we'll be to handle it safely. Your life and the lives of others may depend on it. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to share could save your life, especially if you're...
Thank you, English speak people. Try many Greeks and no smile about them. Many years to inform also number one merchant navy, no listen. Thank you, English speak, to understand that and make videos and very good both this. Also very good UFO Chronicles episodium 341 by Nick Hunter. Americans and all English speaks have many times, but they like 1961 Barney Benny Hill, Hollywood, Lost in Time, Flashback Hypnosis. If change this with a physics Einstein, you have all. Example, my ship, MV Pothiti. Auto-analogic pilot save us. Also, attention, all full digital watches due gravity very slowly. More than 4 hours, next day ahead, because back. Thank you to all, good travels. I think the best. Also, all read the book Einstein Dreams, Alan Lightman, MIT. See videos, Carlo Rovelli, about time. Carlo Rovelli, time is an illusion. See examples, Charles Berlitz, also books, Charles Berlitz, and videos. Donald Edward Kehoe, very good books and many times speak. And I explain this is because I cross-check with time signal. I listen very quickly, but okay with all mechanical clocks. This gravitational time dilation, slow motion, Einstein. We need gravity adjust, time adjust. We need fast, slow, speed button in all receivers and all transmitters. We see radars to upgrade with many cameras, thermic cameras and many cameras, because frequency change to lower and late. Transmit receive switch, no objective. Also, we need a global system to locate where gravity variable. Thank you to all. See Google, listen Google podcast Nick Hunter, Google UFO Chronicles app 341. See in newspapers, Google the Greek merchant mariner recalls Bermuda Triangle UFO sighting. Google the Greek merchant mariner recalls Bermuda Triangle UFO sighting. Opposite happening. Gyrocompass inertial system. Humans body, crew, pilots, all. Not only in Bermuda Triangle, mainly in Bermuda Triangle because it's Einstein-Rosen bridge. Einstein, Podolsky Bridge. All UFO come through Bermuda Triangle, then go to Australia and stuck UFO Frederick Valentich with over Victoria. See newspaper Herald Sun. Oil from Victor Hotel Delta Sierra Juliet Cessna ahead a farmer with tractor. But 1978 Sovietic and till not permit to speak. All free after 1989er. But people not believe it because many years no UFO, no aliens till today 1989 all free FBI, CIA, UFO released, but no believe people. Anyway, gravity from UFOs, aircraft crashes without mayday because reflex reaction reduced air to air and frequency change from gravity, wrecks from ships without traces, also blackouts 1965, 1978 in Italy blackout, 1947 in Greece blackout Athens, earthquake 1978 in Thessaloniki, Greece, North Greece, earthquakes many years, 1946 Switzerland physics seismologist explain, volcanic explosions, many photo and videos in Mexico and Indonesia over volcano, also in Islandia and in lava UFO. Because pull up or drop it like car 1988 now less family in Australia. Gravity pull up car. Many accidents from cars, Scotland Yard, decade 1970. Many UFOs encounter in schools. See YouTuber Christina Gomez. Many schools encounter UFO. 1994 Zimbabwe, many, 1966 Australia, etc. Anyway, I speak now more about opposite happening from and vortex. Probably, I think I not see, but big mothership inside the sea, and after 6 o'clock back from ship to the left I see. They use gravity and our reflex reaction reduced. And for the moment, for 1 minute only, ship underwater. And other ships I listen many times. Attention, inform all, opposite happening, and work with Einstein. All English speaks just change. Missing time with gravitational time dilation slow motion. And sometimes VS and opposite quickly. Einstein twin paradox in gravity. See Google Plantier force theory 1953. Plantier force theory 1953. Explain this Santorinis Pavlos in Greece katochika.gr. Also you can see in Greek site strangepress.gr about Tanks Archives Santorinis Pavlos. I wish the best to all. Good flights, good travels, to be peace, avoid accidents. Bye to all. Now 19 March 2026, 10 o'clock evening in Athens, local time, and 30. 30. Bye to all. Thank you. Thank you also, Alan Lightman, MIT. Alan Lightman, MIT, the best for this best book poem, Einstein Dreams, Alan Lightman. All people read this book. And very good, paints 27, but all book is like poem. Also very good videos from Carlo Rovelli, Time is an Illusion, in Italy and in English. He is and in English. Thank you to all. Bye. Thank you. My physics was very good in thermo from Lidorike, and mathematics. 14 years old, I learned that about Einstein. I learned. And remember, when I live, save ship with auto-analogic pilot. If full digital no work, very slow, all full digital watches back. Bye to all, thank you. This one more in English, because in English little. Very sorry, but TikTok, delete my TikTok, Paul Sandorin, just February 17. I try to warn all people to avoid accidents. Same 3 years ago about, I don't remember exactly, many videos in Facebook. Facebook one day stop me, delete me. I wish, thank you, Siemens, to help me about many years for this. From air traffic controllers speak many times, pilots to speak the truth, and the good professor astrophysics Gudis Christos speak many times truth about UFO, and speak in television, Pillars Cartavelas, look about and books from astrophysics Gudis Christos, you from his area, no, never under Turkish occupation, and speaks straight from money. Also good teacher, then Haralabos Spirides, astrophysics Manos Δανέζης, το σύμπαν που αγάπησα, both astrophysics. Teacher from Kotsakis, Dimitris Kotsakis, books Orthodox Theologon, η ζωή, editions in Christian books, only €2, one good books, decade 1980. Thank you to all. Inform about gravity, use gravity UFO. Now Americans speak about aliens and for UFOs for from November 2024, drones for Oregon, many areas in the United States, but clarify UFO use gravity to move dangerous. Thank you, Paul Heller. Canadian minister speak many times the truth. Gravity differential. Bob Lazar, Plantier France Theory 1953. Pavlos Sandorinis speak straight about aliens, work in Nevada. Huda stop him, destroy his book Genesis to Σύμπαντος. Robert Bigelow, Aliens Among Us. John Lear, aliens are here and not our friends. Charles James Hall with tall whites. Charles James Hall's Melonio hospitality speak even now, and TikTok and YouTube. Very good. Doc Physic Dr. Bruce McCambie, FBI, CIA, UFO. Many dot Tony, English UK police officer. X books and YouTube. Many inform us. Now, YouTuber Christina Gomez. I speak, but I speak more for gravity force use UFO artificial gravity to move. Inform all to avoid accidents. Thank you. Bye. I wish to stop for fire and ships for under peace work. Einstein twin paradox and gravity, gravitational time dilation, slow motion. Bye to all. Thank you from motor vessel Pothiti. For more, I speak in the TikTok sometimes. Bye now.